These Harry Potter books reveal the story of Harry James Potter. He is the kind, selfless hero of the story. We can divide his life into two main parts: his life in ordinary world and his life in wizard world. From the beginning of the story, he lives with his uncle and aunt. In a zoo, he discovers his magical powers. Then Hagrid meets him and gives his Hogwarts letters. First of all, he doubts about magic. Then he doubts about himself. According to the prophecy, he has to kill Voldemort, but he believes that he is not the chosen one. But he doubts that Neville would be the one. Then comes the wizard world. In the wizard world, he meets the mentors. One of his mentors, the Albus Dumbledore. He gave his cloak, confidence, and advised Harry in many ways. His other mentors are Remus Lupin and his godfather Sirius Black. At the beginning of the story, he has to deal with a few conflicts. One of them is Draco Malfoy, Basilisk, Voldemort, and with his fame. His fame often reminds him about his lost parents. Also, he made many allies and enemies. Ron and Hermione are his best friends who travel from the beginning of the story. Then Ginny, Neville, Luna, and D means Dumbledore's army, and Dobby, who gave his life to save Harry and others, and the Order of Phoenix, who always backed him up. When it comes to enemies, Lord Voldemort. Of course, he is the main villain of the story. Then comes the Draco Malfoy or Malfoy family, and Dolores Umbridge, Dudley Dursley, Bellatrix Lestrange, who killed his godfather, and then Death Eaters, and etc. Other than enemies, he has to face many inner conflicts also. He has this connection with Lord Voldemort, who always tried to make him believe he's a bad person. He tried to warn others about Voldemort, but when nobody believes him, he often isolated himself. And in the last part, he went out from Hogwarts to find the Horcrux to destroy. We already know that Harry's mom made a protection enchantment when she sacrificed herself to save his son. Even after she died, her protection lived on through his aunt Petunia, since they have same bloodline. But when he turned 17 and moved out from his aunt's house, that protection also goes away. Then comes the ordeal. According to the book, ordeal is a test, a physical, dangerous test. Only by some form of death he can reborn. This is the main part. It gives him great power. If he sacrificed himself, he became the owner of Deathly Hallows. It reveals in the final book. But we already know Harry is the one who's going to sacrifice himself and gain great power. In that case, he wins the final war. After all of these obstacles and phases, he starts a new life. He didn't go to Hogwarts for 7 years. Instead, he became an orb, a dark wizard catcher. Then he became the head of the office. He also got his name on a chocolate frog card. You remember, in the first part, Harry got a chocolate frog card about Dumbledore's face. Then he got married to Ginny Weasley, the love of his life, and they have 3 kids, Albus, James, and Lily. He also mended his rivalry with Draco Malfoy and Dudley Dursley. And he and Dudley got their kids together once in a while, according to the book, okay? He has Teddy Lupin also. In the final page of final book, J.K. Rowling mentioned like this: his car didn't pain him ever again. Yes, all was well settled.